Hello, this is a really spur of the moment video because um it's one of those days where like your mental illness just decides to blow up in your face and hi Luna. Just really be a female dog. And like I don't know, it's that moments that you make you really think about your mental illness, like um just that it's weird that it's become normalized to you. Like I'll give examples as I go, but if like any of these things, like I had felt them, I would have thought I was legit sick. Like it's so weird that your brain can do this to your body. So let me go through and I'll give examples of why this is so freaking weird, but it's just my life and it's kind of one of those moments where it blows up so much you have to think about it. It's not just your normal day anxiety that you just kind of like with. So today I woke up kind of like almost a half hour later than I normally do for soccer, and so I got really scared. But I didn't really get that much anxiety because I calmed myself down immediately. I was like, hey, if you do this in this amount of minutes, which is totally possible and easy, you don't even have to rush. And so I was making my breakfast downstairs. It's like this yogurt thing. So I'm doing it, and I was actually on track. I mean, a few minutes behind, but pretty much on track. And plus, I didn't have to be there as early today. So I was fine. And I was just thinking about, like, what today is and everything. And yeah, just got hit with this anxiety thing. Bomb. I was gonna say, you know what? Thank you. And it's like, for me, this happens a lot. I get a lot of, like, nausea. And it's not, I don't know, nausea just doesn't seem to cover it because it's like it shuts down my stomach. Like I feel really like weird, and then I can't eat. Like this might just be me or a smaller. Everybody has different symptoms and ways. Yeah. So basically, it's as if my body like shuts down and doesn't want to intake food, and it makes me not hungry. It makes me not. It's like it's not like oh you're full. It's like you just don't want to eat. And it's not like, oh, it's my body image stuff. It's not even that. I'm not near a mirror. I'm making breakfast. And so I'm in the middle of breaking breakfast, and as this starts to hit, I'm realizing I have to eat. And forcing myself to eat like this makes. I hate it because I'm like putting it in my mouth, doesn't want to chew because it's like, this is not what I want. My body doesn't want this. But it happened, so I had to force myself to eat, and I only ate a tiny bit, which gave me less energy. So today, like, anxiety from sleep deprivation, or getting less sleep than usual, not really deprivation, not eating enough food today, and just general craziness. So we had soccer, anxiety, and every morning that I've been going to soccer, because tryouts were so pressuring, I've been having anxiety every time I go to soccer. But it's usually in the car and I feel like I'm gonna get sick, but I'm just assuming it's anxiety. If I'm actually sick, I would never know anymore because anxiety just hits and sometimes I don't know why. And I just assume it's anxiety. And I'm not a person that throws up much, so I just can, or barely ever really. I don't really get sick that much. Don't jinx myself, but like, knock on wood. But yeah, so that's like that thing. And just today, I almost skipped out on my friend's coming home party from Florida. We haven't seen each other all summer, and I almost skipped out of it because I was so sleep deprived and like this, and it all adds up into anxiety, and I didn't want to be there for a few people that were going to be there. It turned out to be really fun, and the guy that I was scared to be there with, Holden, he kept himself in check. Isis and Riley hung out with me the whole time. PJ was there, and I was laughing myself to death because of him. I love him so much. um her cousins came and like I met them and they were cool and it was really nice. And it's one of those moments where your anxiety can't even hit you there because you're like, whatever. But anxiety like twists your view. Like a normal person would be like, hi, how are you? And just like, yeah, that. For me, I'm like, hi, how are you? Am I shaking their hands too much? Am my hands sweaty? Oh my gosh, what if I voice crack? Does my voice sound weird? What outfit am I wearing today again? Oh, my hair looks a little weird. Like, 20 million things when I just do that. And then I have to just push those away and be like, no, I'm fine. It's okay. Having to calm yourself down constantly is really hard because then it's hard to focus on certain things and all that. Another thing is, just like today, and why I kind of made this video, is I'm about to leave just to go on a walk with my dog. I'm wearing a BB-8 shirt. And so I was like, on my BB-8 shoes. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll throw in my hat. That I love my BB-8 hat. And so I just wanted to put it on, and I was like, why do I hate myself in this right now? And I was just like trying to tuck my hair a different way, and I just like kept, like the way I was pulling my hair, I guess. I was like, ugh, my forehead is like huge. Like, ew, no, I can't wear this hat. Just anxiety was like, oh my gosh, if people see you in that, they're gonna think your forehead is big. What if you run into someone that you've never met, or if someone you've met and they think you look like trash? Like, those words don't like go right through my head. Like, I know a lot of people portray it like that, like the words are like slamming in, but really it's more subconscious for me. Like, those things are going through my head, and I just panic happens, and I'm like, okay, I guess I won't wear the hat. I'm not going to, because now I feel bad about myself. So much anxiety is so much, and it's just terrible. And like, for the past 2 weeks, it's just been terrible. But the funny thing is, I'm like the best artist I ever am when I have a lot of anxiety or stress. Not as much. So I'm suicidal. It's out there. But like, when I can't write when I'm in that headset. I can write like one song, and it's always really depressing. And it's not that I don't not write depressing songs, but they're really hard to write because it's like, it's hard to get what you're thinking onto the page. And so I do a lot of improv, and like, I'm trying to do journaling a bit more, but like not in the old-fashioned sense that I used to, where it's like Dear Diary, and I stopped doing it because it was like, there's too many problems. My head doesn't think in a story anymore. It thinks in random bursts of things. So that's what I started doing, is just writing these random bursts down. I mean, I only started like 2 days ago, but I think it's pretty cool. Like, I just wrote down some random bursts, and like, I don't know, I feel a little bit better. Still terrible anxiety, but like, it's better than this morning, you know? And my friends are always there, and I like talked to Megan. I was like, I don't know if I can't. I feel bad for skipping out Ice's party. Like, should I? And she's like, well, if you really want to skip out, just tell her you're not feeling well. And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, okay. Like, she just was like, if she hadn't been like, hey, either two things that Megan could have done, which she did, one of them, is either give suggestions on maybe what I want to try first, or be like, hey, if you really need to back out, it's okay. Which she did. She said, well, if you really feel that bad, just tell Isis that you're not feeling well. And I was like, oh, like, that's, in my brain that was an option, you see, but it was there was a lot of consequences with that option when I was thinking about it, but really, if I just text her, sure, Isis would be a little disappointed, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. And so Megan was just like, you can do that. And I'm like, okay. And my thoughts kind of cleared up, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna shower and see if I feel better. Also, I realized the lack of nutrients was not doing me any good. Also, just because of the anxiety and stress, I've been a real female dog recently. Like, I get really irritable, and it's not good, but I can't stop it, and it's hard. I don't know. That's all. Just want to talk about my anxiety today, and that it's kind of weird to think that this is just normal and everyday, even though the only days that it really stands out is when it's like so in my face, punching me, that it's like I can't escape it. Because sometimes it's like, oh, I just have it in the morning, and sometimes I just have it at night. But then there's the days like today where it's literally 24/7 and 3 different reasons, and I'm like, anyway, Bo Burnham is awesome. If you want love, lower expectations. I love that song. Anyways, I love you even if you don't love me back. Bye.